Obi candidature gets a boost as coalition of political parties lend support. Support base of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, got a boost as the coalition for good governance, composed of deregistered political parties, have thrown their weight behind his candidature ahead of the 2023 elections. The 15 former presidential candidates of the deregistered political parties and their supporters have queued behind Peter Obi in what they described as the most credible by their assessment. This was contained in a statement jointly signed by the National Chairman of Coalition for Good Governance, Engineer Oke Chikwendu, and its Secretary, Dr. Anthony Hamatan, and made available to the Nigerian Tribune. The coalition said it assessed the 15 presidential candidates that have come to the conclusion that her support was better for the Labour Party presidential and vice candidates. The coalition in the statement said its support for the Labour Party was because it believed that the Labour Party candidates are prepared to change the narrative from the bad experience Nigerians have been exposed to in recent times. Okay. I mean, they're deregistered, but if anything, they've been political parties. So if anything, what they should help with is accountability and how they can all demand from INEC how votes are going to be counted. And I don't even know how, but literally, they need to check, confirm, go through rigorous processes or make rigorous processes to make sure that machines are right, that the server does not have some technical issues, that in every state there's the same amount of good and working machines. It's literally following up like that. That is what these political parties can do. Lending support by speaking is old. We don't need that now. We really don't. We really, really don't. And especially as these people see it as a game of numbers, they simplify it. It is a game of numbers. So whether it's their numbers, someone else's numbers, for the fact that it's numbers means that they can manipulate, generate, whatever they want to do, they are going to play with numbers because it's all about the numbers for them. So it shows that every standard to uphold dignity and integrity is gone, because by any means necessary, they just want to win. So it's more than just lending your voice. I mean, not to be disrespectful, but your deregistered parties. But if anything, one can come into place is your experience. Anyway, so, not trying to say because you're deregistered, you're not anything, but, it's good. Good moves. Nigeria must remove this evil government parading bandits everywhere. Wonderful. This is commendable. Commendable. This is very good of Peter Obi, him all the way. If at the age of 70 I defied all the stress and inconveniences to get my PVC after queuing up on 3 occasions, then 2023 is serious business. The business is to see Obi and Dati government sworn in. This is our last hope. Don't say things like that. Listen, there's no last hope. In fact, there is, not to sound negative and in the most positive way possible, there is no hope. Fact is, we decide what we want and we put it in there. If it doesn't work and if they go out of line, we find ways to make sure they're held accountable and we recruit better. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that, and we cannot be wasting our votes just because. So there's no last hope. Or don't put too much dependence. I think we need to stop this narrative of having just one savior. One person comes and changes everything. No, it may have to be that several people who hold the same values, who may have been from different political parties, will be the ones over the years to change how Nigeria is. Not that one person will come in and he will just, because it's just, yes, we're looking for a savior, but we are all our saviors. And if you make Peter Obi your Moses, which in a way he sort of is because of the pressures and what the country is going through and what Nigerians want him to pull them out of. So in that way, he can be your Moses, but not Moses in a way where you want him to now clear everything. There are changes that you want to see in Nigeria that would only take years and building of a system and maintaining that system. So we've got to put the work in. We have really got to. Small, small God is at work. Nigeria will never remain like this. A truly welcome development. Only those who cannot read the handwriting on the wall would continue to oppose this God's own project. God must prove that he hears our prayers under a terrorist government. But really, the fight that you're fighting is not... God won't come down and do the fight for you, to be honest. Like, he's not. So, you need to know who you're fighting. Like, literally. For some generations of Nigerians, they will not be fighting Buhari's age mates. They'll be fighting Buhari's children. Or Buhari's grandchildren. So, let's be realistic. We are gathering together unto God for a new and great Nigeria. We wish for ourselves and our unborn generations, so that our unborn generations remember us, that we all Nigerian youths fought, and old ones who believe. Okay, that's good. The structure is getting stronger every day. We move. Again, the more support you have, great. But I think, with APC being in the news recently and how we're talking about Muslim ticket, I'm like, listen, if your party is not giving you what you want, go somewhere else, literally. But in that regard, it also does not mean that we underestimate the fact that they have their supporters, and because they see it as a game of numbers, those they're trying to appeal to in the north, we'll see how it goes. But then obviously APC cannot be for the north only. I mean, Atiku is also there if we really wanted to make it a northern thing. So it doesn't. What it just shows about the APC is that if given a chance to push reconciliatory measures and uniting measures for the country, they would choose otherwise for whatever reason that they think is best. What God has put together, no man can put asunder. Okay. Not by the assessment, but by general assessment. I'm not really sure what this is meant to mean, but I guess it's undermining the assessment anyway. He is right. He is the right person to save Nigeria from total collapse. Again, Labour Party, don't listen. With the characteristics of this man, do not be surprised if he goes into government and expects everybody to work. And I'm sure everybody will be willing to work. But this thing is, he will come and he will save. It may just be a thing where he will give you instructions on what to do better. Literally. Fair and credible assessments of the individual presidential aspirants in order to select the best candidate is an evidence of possession of sound mind, and it also symbolizes attributes of patriotism. Okay? Well, put what you think about this in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.